And remember, net worth should be about skills and knowledge gained, and not only about the money you have. Even lottery winners have a lot of money, but they don't have the skills and knowledge. Somebody might have made a lot of money in crypto market, and it can be a stroke of luck because they exited the market in time. But that doesn't make them an expert to teach you about wealth and abundance. There may be a lot of social media influencers with fancy things that they surround themselves with. And they would have made their wealth because of a certain wave that the market favored. And now they tell you, you can become a millionaire in less than a year. That is just a marketing gimmick. You and I need to understand that the school system did not teach the skills to take on the real world. For example, when you copied in your science test from the topper in the class, you were thrown out of the class for cheating. But in real world, when you hire a scientist to do your job, it's not called cheating. It is called the hiring process. People around you can become energy vampires and suck the positive mental energy from you. I will give you 8 result-oriented strategies and ideas to get ahead of 99% of the people. Understand that most people spend the same day for several years or engage in randomness that yields no success or a sense of fulfillment. They experience stagnation and mediocrity because they live in a reactionary mode, reacting to whatever is happening to them instead of deliberately creating a reality of their choosing. They would have decided long time ago to live the same day for several years. Considering the temporary nature of life, it is scary to think that some people opt for monotony instead of excitement and adventure, conformity instead of exploration, and we end up living a life of what Henry David Thoreau said, quiet desperation. Now, I'm not advocating that everything around us is depressing and sad. No, 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 no. That is not my intention. I want you to ask yourself, what getting ahead of 99% of people means. Do you see mediocrity around you and you loathe it? Do you feel that music inside you and you aren't playing it? This is why you do not want to be like most and want to get ahead. Now, if you do not want to end up in a dreaded and monotonous life, see your life as if it were a movie and you had the power to write your own script. How would you not want your journey to unravel and end? People usually ask you to be clear about what exactly you want. But I believe that more often than not, it is a good idea to think about what exactly you do not want. Call it the anti-climax of your life. The first step towards getting ahead of most people is this: envisioning the anti-climax of your life. You see, anti-climax is the most disappointing part of a movie. It is something that you don't like. So take some time, sit tight, and write everything that you don't want. How don't you want to be? What kind of people don't you want to associate or be with? How do you not want your days and nights to look like? Ask yourself, what will happen if I continue doing what I'm doing? Create enough pain inside your mind's eye where your mind screams, enough is enough, I can't take this anymore. You can also consider the life of Leo Tolstoy's fictional character, Ivan Ilyich. Ivan Ilyich had lived a respectable life as a high-ranking judge, conforming to societal norms. He did everything the society expects us to do. But at the end of his life, he begins to think about whether his life was all a lie and whether he never lived his true desires. With a deep sense of existential despair, he asks, what if my whole life has been wrong? What if your life has been wrong? What if you look back at your life on your deathbed and have the same introspective sadness and ponder what Ivan had? You also may want to consider these powerful questions. In terms of personal growth, which aspects of your life do you not want to stagnate or decline over time? When envisioning your daily routine, what activities or habits do you dread and absolutely do not want to be a part of your day-to-day life? Regarding career and aspirations, What job or professional path do you not want to find yourself stuck in? What habits or lifestyle choices should you absolutely avoid for your physical and mental well-being? Based on your lifestyle, which environmental factors and living conditions do you not want to manifest in the long run for a better, healthier future? Think about these questions. Take a moment. You need to understand that you are either going up or down in life. There is nothing called a stuck state. If you are not moving toward what you desire, know that you may be moving toward what you do not want. Now let's take a look at step 2 of this strategy session, how to get ahead of 99% of people. Step 2 is creating a desired vision after clearly envisioning what you do not want. Start thinking and writing about how exactly you want your life to unfold, how you want your days and nights to be, and how would your ideal day be? What would you do? What would your routine be? Once you decide what exactly you desire, don't fall into the trap that most people get into when things don't go their way. They give up and start embracing mediocrity, and you, my friend, will stay resilient. Understand this: when you decide and ask for what you want, the process of manifestation has already begun in your favor. This understanding must give you tremendous certainty and confidence that you will manifest your desire or something better. Every action you take toward realizing your desires must be filled with joy and positive mental energy. Plan a strategy for what you will do to create the life you want and take regular action on it. Start small, but start. Now let's move on to the next critical step, step 3. Step 3 is cut the energy connections. Cut ties with negative energy, with people and thoughts that don't give a damn about you. People around you can become energy vampires and suck the positive mental energy from you. Though they are with you, you and your dreams may not matter to them. They will corrode you from within. It may be tough for you to walk out on them. I'm not suggesting you do that, but you can always choose to cut the energy connection. This way, they wouldn't affect you much, even though they are around you. Divert your energy towards thoughts and actions that support your vision. And to do this, develop mental energy by following these 3 steps. Step 1, nurture your brain. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. Keep your sleeping place neat, tidy, and dark. Step 2 is take care of your gut and body. Eat right, avoid processed food, and exercise regularly. And number 3, take charge of your mind and use mind affirmations and visualizations. Now that we have covered the 3rd step and understood the importance of cutting the energy connection, let's move on to step 4 to stay ahead of most people. Number 4 is be a maverick. And know that nobody likes a maverick. People often suggest that it is better to go with the flow. Take a chill pill, they say. Follow the same old traditional path. They follow the current trend and listen to whatever their friends say or do. Being a maverick is developing the ability to think outside the box. You know, when I did this short stint at a multinational corporation, I did not like the job I was in, and I wanted to do what I loved doing. I was at a place where I had triumphed over my negative emotions and had overcome my addictions. I wanted to share with people how I did what I did by getting on the stage, talking to people and teaching them concepts and frameworks that help them to use their minds and brains in special ways and produce the results that make a better life. And to do that on the scale that I wanted to do, I had to give up on my job. It was out of the box for everyone around me. So one thing was clear: I was thinking out of the box, sort of a maverick. One example of thinking out of the box is Ambani's Jio phone offer. He thought out of the box and offered internet access at cheap rates, changing the market dynamics. Let me give you some more examples. People laughed at Wright brothers when they spoke about flying. Some thought the idea of light bulb was some sorcery, and yet Joseph Swan and Edison did it. Now, you might think that your ideas are not revolutionary. Maybe not, but then they can be as simple as the R&R biryani restaurant in Bengaluru. Biryani is the most available commodity, yet these two sisters, Ramya and Shweta, became successful in a tight market using creative thinking. They changed the packaging of the biryani they sold. They made it look very different from other restaurants, which appealed to people. People bought the biryani for the box it was sold in. Then there is a pizza brand called La Pino's. The founder, Sanam Kapoor, could be considered a maverick. His thinking was out of the box. In a highly competitive market where Domino's and Pizza Hut ruled the roost, he devised an out of the box thinking to sell slices of pizza instead of the entire pizza. He opened 600 stores with 1,000 crore turnover. Ask yourself, how can you trust yourself and have confidence in your unique ideas and choices without worrying about what others might think or say? What uncharted territories could you unlock to access limitless knowledge? What risks will you take to create a legacy that defies expectations? Now let's look at step 5, which will set you apart from most people. Step number 5 is become a single-minded devotee. Put in more time and effort than the rest. I endorse Narayan Murthy's idea of 70 hours work week. Get competitive. So much is happening and changing that putting in extra hours is definitely needed if your goal is to stay ahead of the 99%. You and I need to understand that the school system did not teach the skills to take on the real world. For example, when you copied in your science test from the topper in the class, you were thrown out of the class for cheating. But in real world, when you hire a scientist to do your job, it's not called cheating. It is called the hiring process. You would have hired a chief research officer and the community cheers for your decision, not kick you out. And because our school system did not teach us the skills and knowledge that puts us ahead of 99% people, now you got to put in those extra hours Narayan Murthy spoke about. It's common for people to worry about achieving a work-life balance. However, it's important to understand that work-life balance may be a myth that was sold to us by the top 1%. There is no strict separation between work and life, and trying to achieve a perfect balance between the two is often unrealistic and unnecessary. The sooner you get this, the better. There is no work-life balance. Communicate your dedication to the people around you, your close ones, your loved ones, and set expectations right. I'll give you some advice. Take it or leave it. And this may raise eyebrows, and that's because our aim isn't to blend in, it's to stand out. Picture this. What's your most desperate need when you are drowning? Breath, isn't it? Similarly, crave your desired vision like the air you need to breathe. Work towards it with unwavering certainty and take massive action. The best people to make you understand what I just said are athletes and sports people. Look at them. They just keep moving forward with unwavering determination. And also remember to continuously learn the skills and knowledge that will help you grow, which is why the 6th step in creating your mark becomes important. The 6th step is the Kaizen mindset. Kaizen is a Japanese word for continuous improvement. Read the books related to your field. Attend conferences and seminars. Watch documentaries. And you can also choose to enroll in my program called the Kaizen Project. It's a 36-week program on personal development based on performance psychology, quantum science, philosophy, spirituality, and management strategies. The link is in the description. Now, let's move on to step number 7. It is be a creator and not a consumer. Look around you. 99% of people are doing what the American economist Dave Ramsey once said. They are buying things that they don't need with the money that they don't have to impress people they don't like. Most of them get into debt. It's as though all buying happens on credit cards. People get into debt and focus more on entertainment than education. They behave mindlessly, and these habits directly benefit the top 1%. Create within yourself the skills to produce services and products that will enable you to make your and other people's lives better. And remember, net worth should be about skills and knowledge gained, and not only about the money you have. Even lottery winners have a lot of money, but they don't have the skills and knowledge. Somebody might have made a lot of money in crypto market, and it can be a stroke of luck because they exited the market in time. But that doesn't make them an expert to teach you about wealth and abundance. There may be a lot of social media influencers with fancy things that they surround themselves with, and they would have made their wealth because of a certain wave that the market favored. And now they tell you you can become a millionaire in less than a year. That is just a marketing gimmick. My mother hammered this old proverb inside my head very early. All that glitters is not gold. You can be ahead of 99% of people in many ways other than the bank account. Let me keep it simple for you. To get ahead, provide more value than you can take in return. Make sure to convey that you are providing more value than you take in return to as many people as possible, and that's called marketing. Ensure you learn this skill and do not hesitate to delegate what you're weak at. Learn the skills and techniques to manage your state, that is, your mental, emotional, and physiological state. Learn how not to lose your shit when the shit hits the fan. Learn the art of stability. Understand human nature and master persuasion skills. Recondition your mind to break the limiting beliefs, thought patterns, and habits programmed inside you as a child. Stand as a guardian of your spoken words. If you say something to someone, keep that word. It can be your son, daughter, spouse, friend, or customer, and think twice before you give your word. And finally, the most important step number 8, be resilient no matter what. Develop the ability to be flexible and resilient, and know that you will create undesired results on your path towards success, towards getting what you want. But you can always follow the Japanese proverb, fall 7 times and get up the 8th. And make sure you use new strategies when you get up. And remember, be flexible. Make those minor and major changes that are needed for you to get ahead. And finally, you can do and have whatever you want. I provide this complimentary content with the anticipation that as you witness positive outcomes from implementing shared ideas, there may come a time when you are prepared to collaborate more closely with me and my team. Together, we can work at a deeper level to bring about meaningful transformations. Stay connected and be sure to take advantage of the free resources provided with this video. Download the worksheet. I trust it will be beneficial. As always, I'm here cheering you on your journey towards success. Take charge, and I'll see you soon.